Classic Game Room, we review a lot of inexpensive games. A number of the Atari 2600 titles and Sega Genesis games and Nintendo cartridges all cost about $1 when I find them used. But this game beats them all because Aegis Wing is free, and it's excellent. Normally when you buy those used games for $1 or $2, they come with a bunch of stickers all over them, or somebody's written their name in crayon on front of the game cartridge. Well, Aegis Wing has none of that because you download it. It's not even a physical game cartridge or disc, which means you can't scratch it. So that's another thing that's good. In fact, if you have an Xbox 360 and Xbox Live account, while you're watching this review, just go and download Aegis Wing. It doesn't cost you anything. Well, sort of. I guess you have to pay to be a member of Xbox Live, so, you know, without getting into that whole discussion, if you've already paid your membership fee, go and download this game, especially if you like horizontal scrolling shooting games. This is a pretty entertaining title, and one that I was surprised to find that I enjoyed as much as I did, because usually when you hear something is free, there's a reason for it. But I guess that Aegis Wing was developed by a couple of Microsoft interns, and I don't know the whole story behind why they're not charging any money for it. Maybe it's just a promotional piece to get people to invest in Xbox Live. But it's a really cool title, very similar to games like Gradius, but it has a number of differences as well. One of the features that makes Aegis Wing stand out is that when you're playing with friends on Xbox Live, you can join your spaceships. I'm playing with a friend here, and I'm in the yellow spaceship I'm driving. He's attached to my ship and has control over what direction he's firing his laser. So you can't form Voltron or Devastator or anything like that, but you can combine up to 4 spaceships into one super spaceship thing. And then what's neat is that if your friends are attached to you and you're driving, you can fly your buddies into enemy gunfire on purpose. That's what friends are for. You can play with up to 4 people in this game, by the way. So it gets pretty helpful when you have 3 of your friends out there shooting things in every direction and just lay waste to the alien invaders or whoever they are. The bad guys. We're assuming they're bad. They usually are. I actually like the music to the game. I think they did a really nice job with the score. And the backgrounds are simple, yet very pleasant to look at. I like the power-ups in Aegis Wing. And when you play the game, you figure out how to use these things most effectively. The ones that look like a hot air balloon that I collect are missiles, and they're guided missiles and they're pretty handy. You'll see me use them quite frequently. You can also pick up a shield that repels the standard shots. There's some kind of space, like vacuum of space vortex thing I was calling it, which disrupts the enemy ships and the shots in the air. There's also a super powerful laser. The game has a nice complement of end bosses, but nowhere near as insane as the end bosses in games like Thunder Force 5 or Einhund or Darius Gaiden or something like that. I'm playing on the standard difficulty level here, but you can also scale this up to a much more hardcore level if you want. This is a cool game, and it shows that you can have a really nice shooter without getting too overly complicated. But I think the bottom line is that the gameplay is a lot of fun. It's great to play with friends because of the multiplayer aspect of the game. If you're already a pro at games like Einhander, Darius Gaiden, this may not prove to be nearly as much of a challenge for you, but you can play it in a single-player mode, scale up that difficulty, and you'll have lots and lots of bullets to dodge because these things fly at you and just fill the screen with bullets. So check it out. This is Aegis Wing, and I'd like to see some more shooters on Xbox Live Arcade on the PlayStation Network. So somebody get out there and invent some new ones. Wind Squid, perhaps. I hear that's a great concept for a video game. It involves a squid that flies through space and shoots laser beams. Wind Squid can fly both vertically and horizontally when shooting bad guys. One thing I forgot to mention is that your spaceship has a shield, so it's not one of those games where you take one hit and then explode. You can regenerate your shield by picking up the health things, and the shield power is on the top right or top left, depending on which player you're looking at. I did a little research and found that the word AEGIS roughly translates to shield or protection. So although I'm not sure what the plot of this game is, perhaps your spaceship is a protector, and it doesn't look like you've done a great job protecting whatever world you're on here because it's completely blown to hell and overrun by aliens. So maybe a better title for the game would have been Redemption Wing. Your fictional Space Force was apparently either asleep when the aliens invaded or busy doing other things, like playing Thunder Force 5 or something. It brings up a great idea for a sequel to this game called Apology Wing. You've destroyed all the alien invaders, and then you have to fly around to all the citizens of whatever fictional world this is and apologize to them for not actually protecting them in the first place.